Hello there, my name is Rachel, the first time see my channel, user review cartoon series, anime series, also being completely random, and today we're going to talk about Season 2 of Transformer War for Cybertron Earthrise, or aka Season 2, aka Part 2, whatever floats your boat, prefer what title, whatever. Anyway, this season I'm not sure what to expect, because what else you can do before basically Prime left his own planets, and you leave basically Megatron by himself with his own devices because technically he won, and sometimes he is the loser because he has nothing else to do because he is a warrior. Now he had to be sort of the nurturing, protecting his own people, but the way he can't. He's always sort of given a reason to do horrible things because honestly, his how psychological warrior state is survive, defeat, conquer, and now it's time to be a pacifist to help his own people. The reason why you start the war, instead you sort of torture them because he has no choice because he kills someone to feed himself and feed others. But at the same time, that's sort of wrong. Yeah, I like to see sort of Megatron sort of conflicted by that. He's like, should I do this? Should I give it this small comedy so we can survive? But at the same time, he decided to make this ship to basically escape it. But that's the sort of the mind track of my Megatron. You're like, yeah, this is good. This is a good reason doing this, right? And I love it. At the very end, he fall into his old habits, fall to his sort of kind of like ideals that we must destroy Prime because Prime is evil. But at the very end, no, you're sort of the evil one who got hunger power doing these horrible things to other beings, and you feel he's trying to justify it, but he can't. You also have a leader, one who now is a charge of the whole group, those whole rebels trying to defeat Megatron, and I feel sorry for her because she doesn't have a full deck on her. Basically, she doesn't have soldiers. She have a little bit of anything at all, and she's decided to actually have a sort of trouble with Megatron because she's trying to attack, trying to be tactical, trying to do something good. But once more, like Prime, Elite One is sort of being judged, like, you sure this is the right idea, you sure this, and I like how Lita kind of like, she doesn't know, but she knows this is the right thing to do. That's the only thing she knows to do. But I love it that she is sort of right. Because you see Megatron what he's doing to the people, sucking their energy just to make this ship, just to find Prime for that sort of, this is my reason to live, to fight him, right? And I love that sort of disturbed look everybody looks of Megatron like, are you sure you want this? You sure this is the right thing? But a little bit more when Megatron and Prime once more meet in this battle in between season battle that Prime and Megatron sort of ask that question, especially Megatron, like, what are we here for? I mean, every time I fight you, I get worse and worse, but you get better. I mean, not the better situation, but at the end, you get the good stuff. I get all the crappy stuff. Like, why? And I love it how Megatron brings Prime because his situation, and that is sort of true because kind of like Prime is sort of guilt in a way. Like he's, yeah, I make a lot of bad choices and I'm trying to fix them. I'm trying to better myself and fix the mistakes he did. But Megatron trying to do the same thing, but once more, his habits, his ideals is basically dragging him on the floor. But that's what made him sort of an interesting character to study from Megatron because in the very end, he sort of doesn't know what to do. He just want to do is fight and blame Prime. In the end, you have everything. You want the war, you have whatever energy, you have people who believe in you. In the end, you just throw in the train where it's like, that's just sort of messed up ideology. Like, he knows he needs Prime for everything, and Prime really doesn't need Megatron. He just wants to save this. In fact, I think the most enjoyable thing is where Prime and Megatron sort of made this sort of pack in between the seasons. Like, yeah, after this, we go our separate ways. I'm not going to do war for you. I'm done with you. I'm walking away, bro. This is done. No more. But Megatron, he says yes, but at the end he's just portraying it automatically because that's all he knows what to do. It's just the only thing he believes, and the only problem his beliefs are basically falter because that doesn't make sense anymore. Your beliefs doesn't hold water because the situation they actually stuck to, and that's why I enjoyed this series. You can see him sort of seeing how crazy Megatron could be, even crazier, and even people who are with him, they're like not sure to follow him or betray him or do anything. And a little bit more, they also focus on other characters like Alita Angel and Shockwave, if I'm correct. The evil scientist that honestly you don't know what he's doing. He knows he's experimenting because that's his thing. But it turns out he had to worry about Alita trying to ruin his plans and take over the whole planet. And I love that little dynamic they have. That's sort of interesting. Like Alita is the bronze and strength, and Shockwave is basically the scientist, the curiosity, the brains. And you have this sort of in between battle of strength versus brawn. And that's sort of interesting because you see the sort of battle how it goes. But I love it is always Alita try to do the right thing compared to Prime or Megatron because Alita is doing better than them. Even she doesn't have everything she needs, she's doing something that Megatron or Prime tried to unite the force, unite both sides together. And you said, yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. But I love it. The whole thing, kick it up. Something more interesting the whole season is what happened between Gen 1 and Gen 2 Transformers. The first Transformers and Beast Wars. See, I mean Gen 2. Because in between, we heard of it. You've seen the spin-off series of Beast Wars. You've seen what happened, like how the Beast Wars started, but you never see the road trip, the destination to be in that situation. You know, I love it. They sort of connecting that to Gen 1 and Gen 2 because it's so entertaining. You see what happened. You see the sort of development Prime gets, that guilt that, yeah, he should be this leader, this great one, but the only problem is your problem is the fact your guilt drags you. You're making worse choices. You have to focus. Get rid of all that guilt and just focus on the future. And that is sort of interesting. You see him sort of develop with Megatron when they become from Beast Wars. And that that's just so good. Especially they use sort of the intro of the Beast Wars in the final act. And you're just like, oh my god, this how it all went down. This is the explanation. Yeah, I love it. It's just so enjoyable. Of course, maybe you Gen 2 Transformers, you probably dislike Beast Wars because some Gen 1 don't like Gen 2. That's understandable. They changed the lore, changed a lot of things. That's all understandable. But once more, you can't deny how good it is. That's why it's so interesting. They changed a lot of things, but at the end, they try to make true what the Transformers lore is the best they can. But I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.